Hi, so today we're going to begin in child's pose. So take the big toes together and just step the knees a little wide. If the hips are tight, you can take a cushion and you can sit on the cushion and step the hands forwards, forehead down to the mat. The cushion isn't necessary if you don't need it. And then we'll just let the forehead rest heavy down into your mat. Close the eyes and come to this deeper breath. Breathe down towards your stomach. With every exhale, rest a little heavier down into the mat. You might feel a nice stretch at the hips. I'll take 3 more breaths here, letting go of whatever's gone on so far in your day. Just allowing yourself to rest here on your mat. And 1 more breath that really fills the lungs with air. And when you're ready, very slowly lift the head, lift the gaze, open the eyes, walk the hands back towards you. You can move the cushion out of the way if you were using one. Good, and from here, I'm going to come through to a tabletop position. So hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. On your inhale, reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, so opening up across your chest and shoulders. And then exhale, thread this right arm underneath your left. Now you want the right arm close to your left hand, and then rest the right heel down onto the mat. So got a gentle twist here, hips stay lifted. Breathing here. 1 more breath. And then you can unravel, come back to your tabletop. Ready for the other side. So inhale, left hand reaches up. Exhale, left arm threads under the right. Left ear rests down onto your mat. And holding here. 1 more deep breath. And then we'll lift back up to tabletop. So hands under your shoulders, fingers spread wide, and we're pressing down into the mat. Find that activation at your core. We'll tuck the toes under and lift to a downward facing dog. Taking any movements you need, working out through the legs. Making sure you're always pressing through all 10 fingers. We want the neck long, so ears in line with your forearms. Gaze between the feet. Hips reaching up and back. And you can start to allow your chest to sink towards the thighs on your exhale. Maybe finding stillness for the last couple of breaths. Letting the heels grow a little heavier. Good, and walk the feet up to meet the hands. Take as many steps as you need. We'll meet in a forward fold here. Today, take the feet together if it's comfortable to do so. Ragdolling forwards, won't be here for too long. You might want to shake or nod the head loose. Don't worry too much about touching the floor. Doesn't matter where you are. You can have a bend at the knees. Use the inhale to roll up through the spine really slowly. So the chin is tucking in towards the chest. And the head will be the last thing that lifts. Once you're there, you can loop the shoulders. Good, so we're going to come to a mountain pose. So take your gaze down to your feet. We're going to lift all the toes and then slowly, one by one, lower the toes back down to your mat. You'll find that you'll get a nice wide standing through all corners of the feet here. Start to engage your legs slightly, tuck the tailbone under. Keep that light connection at the core. Arms by your sides. Close the eyes for a minute and really feel your feet grounding down into your mat, into the floor. On the inhale, grow a little taller through your spine, lift up out of the hips. We've got two things that are happening. On the inhale, we're growing taller, standing up tall. And on the exhale, we're grounding down. You can also relax at the shoulders on your exhale as well. Softening through the face and jaw. Take 3 more breaths here. Just lightly in and out through the nose. When you're ready, open the eyes. We'll start to move with the breath a little bit here. So inhale, we're going to reach up to the ceiling, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, hands slide up the front of the legs, we lift halfway. So the back is flat, gaze straight down, neck is long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up. Look to the thumbs. And then exhale, arms by your sides. Good, we're going to do that twice more, moving a little bit faster. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach back up to the ceiling. Exhale to standing. Good, last time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale for standing. This time we're going to add on a little bit to the end. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifts you halfway. Exhale, take the hands down to your mat and step the left foot back. We'll lower that left leg. So we're coming into a lunge. Take the hands onto the front of your thigh. If you prefer to, you could always reach up to the ceiling, so it's your choice. Breathing deep. Good, one more breath here. And then we'll take the hands either side of the front leg and slowly peel that right hip back, straightening the front leg and lifting the toes up to the ceiling. Take as much of a bend at the knee as you need. All we're looking for is a good sensation at the back of the leg. A nice stretch there. Breathing here. Every inhale, you can grow the spine a little longer, and then the exhale, you can start to move towards the leg, even if it's just by a centimetre each time. One more breath here. Next inhale, come onto the sole of the foot. Take the hands down to your mat and then step the right foot back. Stepping the left leg forwards this time. So getting back into your lunge, we want the knee over the ankle. Hands resting on the thigh or reaching up to the ceiling. Be careful not to let the weight sink down too much. We want to keep this activation at your core, lifting up out of the hips and finding the length at the spine. And then we can start to connect to the breath, breathing down towards your stomach. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll take the hands down to the mat. Straighten the leg, peeling the toes up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. If you feel any sensation behind the knee, make sure you take a bend. We want the stretch to be in the belly of the muscle, not behind the knee. 2 more breaths. Good, last one. Use your next inhale to come onto the sole of the foot. Plant the hands down to the mat, step with the left knee back. And we're simply going to just swing the legs around. And we're going to meet on our backs. So come to lie down on your back. And we'll take the soles of the feet face up towards the ceiling. So we're keeping a generous bend at the knees. And we'll hold on to either, you can hold on to the shins or ankles. If you can reach, if it's comfortable to do so, we'll hold on to the edges of the feet. Keeping the feet active and flexed, keeping the neck long, look straight up to the ceiling. And then you can use the weight of the arms to gently bring the knees towards the armpit chest. You could close the eyes here. So this is a nice one to come to if you get any pain from the lower back. Working into the hips. Breathing deep. And after a few breaths and stillness, if you want to, you could rock from side to side. Massaging the lower back. One more breath here. And then we'll take the legs together, hug the knees in towards the chest. Big squeeze in. Exhale, release. We'll take the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out to the sides. So coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined cobbler's pose. If this is too much on the hips, feel free to extend the legs out long, as if you're coming into Shavasana, that's fine. Take a moment to get comfy, so if you do want to put a pillow under your head, or if you have blocks at home, you could put them under the knees if the knees don't touch the floor. Close the eyes. I'm going to take the breath down towards the stomach. So rest the hands lightly on the stomach so you can feel it rise and fall underneath the palm of your hand. And slowly we're lengthening, drawing out the exhales as well. And if the knees are lifted from the ground, you might find that with the exhales, they start to relax a little. You allow them to grow a little heavier. In a moment, we'll come to the wave breath, which we have practiced before. So leave one hand on the stomach and take the other and rest it over your chest. So now as you breathe in, first fill the belly with air, feel it rise, and then notice how the breath travels up through the torso until it fills the chest with air. Exhale, the chest softens, and then the belly. So imagine this wave as it moves and fills the body with air. So inhale, belly rises, then the chest. Exhale, chest softens, and then the belly. Carry on in your own time, there's no rush. And we're always finding this balance between breathing deeply, but without creating any unnecessary tension or strain in the body. So if it feels like you've got a tightness across your chest, or that you're forcing the breath, you might need to ease off a little more. Let's take 3 more rounds. And when you've finished your final round, just come back to a natural rhythm of breathing. We'll gather the legs together and hug them into the body. If there's any movement you want to take here, such as rocking from side to side or drawing circles, please do. And when you're ready, extend the legs out long. Coming into Shavasana, so give yourself lots of space between the arms, legs and body. You might want to rock the head from side to side, loosening up the neck. You could also move the shoulder blades underneath your chest area. And then close the eyes, come to stillness. Just notice how you're feeling in your body and in yourself. Trying to not bring any judgment to what you are noticing. And as the breath settles into a natural rhythm, allow yourself to grow heavier on the exhales. Feel yourself completely supported by the ground underneath you. And with every exhale, let yourself grow a little heavier. Imagine yourself sinking a little deeper. Slowly withdrawing from the outside world and letting yourself rest here in Shavasana for as long as you need. And we'll end the practice here, but please stay here for as long as you need. But thank you very much and namaste.